everybody in the region, and Tom will know this because he's out there as well, is that they've all been given the mandate. Number one is AI, and number two is blockchain.
Bitcoin Zela stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zela today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Pal explores Middle East mandates Nvidia's dominance, unpacking their 5-year economic impact. Watch now to learn it all.
Our core thesis is what they're building their entire future country stack on. And this is the whole Trump visit that went there. It's all about the same thing. So they know they've got abundant energy, which is part of your thesis, David. They know they've got abundant energy. They know that they're going to have to adopt technology at scale. They've got young populations that are growing, and they think they can be not only a regional leader, but a world leader in these two things. And so the mandate is invest in this, build this. And it's really exciting to see. I mean, everyone there is still trying to get their heads around what it means. I mean, but this is everything from the oil company through to the sovereign wealth funds, through to the general population, through to businesses, through to the education system, the system of government, all of it. That's what's up to grabs. And that's not just in Abu Dhabi, which tends to be very well thought through in this, but it's Dubai, it's Qatar, and it's Saudi. And Saudi's, really is a big player behind the scenes in this whole thing. So they have this cohesive strategy about what the world is going to look like, and that's what they're accelerating on. We were assuming that there was going to be a boom-bust cycle because Microsoft and others will have pre-ordered what they're doing, but now we're seeing nation states with endless capital availability building yet more stuff. And I just can't see how that stock doesn't continue to really perform because it's at the epicenter of everything still, and that doesn't go away, and Taiwan certainly being another. It's the game of sovereign nations because it has to be, but it's the future of everything. If we saw one preemptive version of this with nuclear technology, in fact stopped large conflicts because you end up scaling this technology and it becomes a way of balancing power. And this is the new power. Right? Intelligence is the new power, is the new nuclear weapon. And you're going to see, what the Middle East is doing is building their own Arabic language versions and everything else. And we're going to see this regionalization of this, as you say. But at the middle of it is a bunch of technologies that is just not going to go away. And again, it's hard to keep your eye on all of the balls at the same time. So like people are like, AR, VR has dropped off people's minds right now, but it won't do because all of this brings yet more compute power and ability within that sector. Robotics is all over my X stream now as more and more of these robots get better and better and better. We're going to see, obviously, the robo-taxi launch, I think, in Austin, Texas next month. That's going to be, okay, we've got Waymo, but now we're going to start to see the Tesla rollout. And then soon after that, we're going to start to see a much larger rollout of the robots, which, again, nobody's prepared for. They think it's quite amusing. They don't realize they're going to be ubiquitous very fast.
Cryptocurrency markets shuddered as a U.S. trade court struck down President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, only for a federal appeals court to freeze that ruling hours later. The flip-flop on $16 billion in duties unsettled traders, sending the global crypto cap down 2.5% to $3.35 trillion, and nudging the Fear and Greed Index to a cautious Greed 61. Bitcoin, which had scaled above $106,000, plunged below $105,000, and flirted with a $104,600 low. Popular analyst Altcoin Sherpa sees this dip as healthy consolidation, pointing to a green support zone around $104,000 that could spark a rebound. He admits volatility will persist, but he remains confident the broader uptrend is intact. Should Bitcoin hold above that crucial corridor between $103,600 and $104,400, bulls may target a breakout past the key resistance at $110.355. A breach beneath support could open the door to deeper slides toward $102.500 or even $100.750 before sentiment can recover. Meanwhile, major altcoins have cooled. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and even meme favorites like Dogecoin saw recent gains evaporate. With the altcoin season index at 21, Bitcoin still commands the lion's share of attention. Many traders believe this wobble could fuel the next upsurge.
Well, because you become a slave to the superpowers who have it.
Yeah.
It was the same with military, that Europe didn't have a military really. And then so you become a slave to the US and NATO. And here they're going to become a slave to this. So I don't understand it, but it's fascinating to watch. The other thing that I've been watching is Elon, now he's not so involved in the government, has been spending a lot of time talking about the Kardashev scale. And, obviously he runs solar businesses, but, his fundamental belief is all we need is solar. And there's a lot of debate going on about, how fast China is accelerating solar. And it's adding something like the entire world's nuclear plans for the next 10 years per year. And, it's interesting because in the US, people are cynical of solar because they're a big energy, they're the largest supplier of oil to the world. But what I'm seeing out of China is this unbelievable acceleration in solar. And it's just going to keep driving investment. I mean, this is not going to, the Saudis understand this, all the Middle East understands it, is, they have more solar than they have oil. And what does that mean and how can we do something with it?
Arkham Intelligence's recent revelation that 97% of Michael Saylor's Bitcoin holdings are publicly identifiable has sent shockwaves through the crypto community. What began on May 29 with BN Crypto uncovered 70,816 BTC linked to MicroStrategy's vaults, soon expanded by another 53,833 coins, bringing Saylor's visible stash to nearly $60 billion. Saylor himself slammed the practice, warning that publishing wallets is a great security risk for an institutional treasury. Critics argue this level of exposure paints Saylor and MicroStrategy as a single point of failure in Bitcoin's decentralized promise. Crypto veteran Marcus cautioned that any movement from these wallets could trigger a market collapse, while meme trader Madpunk warned of instant panic if a sell order ever surfaces. The sheer volume on those addresses means one misstep could cascade into a global sell-off. Supporters of Arkham point to proof of reserves transparency as crucial in an era of corporate claim inflation. The modern investor reminded skeptics of past crashes driven by opaque balance sheets, insisting that if you boast about buying $60 billion of Bitcoin, show the receipts. Yet others fear that doxing such massive holdings undermines personal sovereignty and hands bad actors a blueprint for extortion or kidnapping. As Arkham pushes the boundaries of public accountability, it also lays bare Bitcoin's emotional undercurrents. Saylor's fortress of conviction has become a potential fault line, proving that even the strongest bull narratives hinge on market confidence. And do not forget to subscribe to Bitcoin Zela. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.